Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite makeup and beauty products of 2020. And to my surprise, there's a lot. Now, a disclaimer before we get started. I just want to say eyeshadow palettes are not going to be in this video. I have a separate video that I'm going to do for eyeshadow palettes because I bought a lot of eyeshadow palettes this year. And yeah, I'm going to do a whole dedicated video to my favorite eyeshadow palettes for 2020. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when that video goes up. Now, the products I'm going to show you, some of them, maybe a lot of them, I don't know. Some of them came out in 2020. Some of them I just used for the first time in 2020. And then some may have come out before 2020, but I don't remember when they came out, so I put it in here. I'm not going to go through every single category. I'm just going to share with you the products that really stood out to me this year and that I found myself reaching for more than others. In no particular order, makeup towels. I used makeup towels for the first time this year, and that's because my mother and sister bought them for me for Christmas last year. I didn't start using them until this year, and I love them. These, look how big this one is. I think my mom got this off the Home Shopping Network, and they came with little smaller ones and with travel bags. And I have not used any makeup removal wipes to remove any makeup on my face ever since I started using these makeup towels. I only use makeup wipes now for swatching. And then beauty sponges. Didn't think I could get any more excited about beauty sponges. And there's a lot that I really like. I've tried a lot and I like most of them, but to my surprise, the Colored Rain makeup sponge, it's dirty because it's a favorite. I use it all the time. It's the one that I reach for first, and it gets really, this one is dry. I didn't use it today, but it gets really big. It's really, really soft. I like the shape. It's flat on the one side and round. And it's really, really nice. I usually like a firmer sponge, but this soft sponge is where it's at. I do have a backup, and I can see myself repurchasing this again. Now, I do have an honorable mention. This was my favorite sponge until the Colored Rain sponge came along. And this is a sponge from Shop Miss A. I think it's an AOA, the teardrop sponge. And this one is very, very reminiscent of the Beauty Blender Pro. It's black. It's a lot firmer than this sponge, and I like firm sponges. It's got the little tip so you can get under the eye. And it's a real workhorse. It's dirty because I used it today, and it's breaking apart. But I have a backup of this one. I think, no, I only bought one of these. So yeah, these two sponges, this is what I used all year round. Now, primer. I didn't try any new primers that I would say would take the place of my favorite, which is the one I've been using for years, the Philosophy The Present primer. But I did try the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas, and honorable mention, I do like this one. I didn't wear it a whole lot this year because I ain't going nowhere this year, and this is expensive. So, but it's very, it's like the one in the pot, the balm that they have. And I think I like this one a little more than that one because it has a pump, so it's easier to dispense. It's not as thick. One pump is enough for my whole face, and it's a nice smoothing primer, so I did want to mention it. Now for eye bases. Let's do eye bases. You know, if you've watched any of my tutorials, that I use most of the time, just about in all of them, I have used a P. Louise base. And this year was the first time I tried the P. Louise base. It's been talked about so much, so I thought I would go ahead and try it. Now, still my favorite eye primer is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. That's still my favorite primer. But as an eyeshadow base / primer, I love the P. Louise. I have it in the black, I have it in the white. Now the black I wouldn't consider a favorite. It's a different formula from the others. It's a lot thinner. You have to layer it, let it dry and layer, and that one is not a favorite. It's still a good one. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but the others, the white and the other colored ones, really, really nice. They're the same formula, the white and the colored ones. You can use it thick, you can use it thin, and it just works well with all of my eyeshadows, whether I set it, whether I leave it unset. It works well with all my shadows. Really, really love this, and whenever I run out, I will repurchase for sure. Let's move into tools. This will be of no surprise. A lot of this I don't think will be of a surprise because you've seen me use these items in videos all year long. Either you've seen me use them on camera or you saw me or you've heard me talk about them. So for tools, I did buy brushes this year, including some high-pressed Suede brushes. Now none of those are in this video because I haven't really used those very much, but the ones that I have used, the Sonia G, I was gonna say Kasha, the Sonia G Sky Eye Brush Set, by far my favorite brushes in my whole collection. You see them, ever since I got them, you've seen them in just about every tutorial. This mini booster brush I've talked about before. I've talked about this set before. This mini booster, so good. I freaking love this set. And then an honorable mention, I did pick up the Refer number 21 brush this year, and it's an honorable mention because it's fairly new to my collection, but ever since I picked it up, I have been using it and I really like it. It's just a shader brush, a packing brush, and I love the shape of it. I like its softness, but I also like how thin it is, and it's great for getting up under my eye folds and packing on my lid eyeshadow shade. So really been enjoying this. And another brush that I really like that I got this year as well is from Suede, and it's the 146, the Concealer Perfector. And this is the brush that is very similar in shape to the Pat McGrath concealer brush, whereas that brush is like $32, and this one's a little cheaper. I think it's significantly cheaper, but really nice. I don't normally use a brush to apply my under eye concealer. I usually use a makeup sponge, but I have used this a few times this year and I really like it. I like the shape because you're able to get up there in the corner and under the eye, and it blends out really nicely, and it's soft. So I really do like it. I was tempted to buy another one this year when she had the sales. I didn't pull the trigger, but really nice brush, and it's dirty because I use it. And okay, let's get back into the makeup. Foundations. I usually try foundations, like every year I try foundations. And one of the foundation that I tried that became my favorite, which I wasn't expecting. It's an old foundation, it's nothing new, but I didn't try it for the first time until this year, and it is the Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Foundation. I wear it in the shade F5 and 1.5, and I bought the pump. It doesn't come with a pump. And I really like it. It's thin. I love the thin consistency of it, but it's full coverage. It's matte, but not super matte, not a flat matte. It's lightweight on the face, and it lasts all day. I mean, what more can you ask for except for a pump? Honorable mentions. Two more foundations I tried this year. One is from NARS. This is the Soft Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Caracas, and this is a newer addition to my collection, but I've worn it quite a few times since I purchased it. I did do a demo of it in a get ready with me, and so yeah, I like it. It's the only, I mean, it's full coverage, which I really like. Not too thick, not too thin. It's lightweight on the skin. It's a more natural soft matte. It's not super matte. It doesn't feel drying at all. The only thing that keeps it from being a favorite is that it dries so fast, like almost too fast. And it wears, I mean, I don't wear foundations very long now that I'm not commuting to work, but it lasts for a good amount of time. And I don't think this is a foundation you need to set. I actually wore it one time and forgot to set it. It was like maybe an hour or so, 2 hours in. I was like, oh my God, I didn't set my foundation, because it dries so quickly and it's matte that, yeah, I don't really feel the need to set this foundation. So this is a nice one. I prefer to wear this in combination with my NARS Radiant foundation. Those two together, perfect combination. And then another foundation I want to give an honorable mention to. This came out of nowhere. I bought this on impulse, on a whim. I saw it was on sale at Sephora. Didn't give two thoughts about this foundation when it was released, when it was launched. And this is from Becca. It's the Skin Love foundation, and I really like it. I really like it. I might like it a little more than the NARS Soft Matte foundation, to be honest with you. It does come in a pump, and it is nice coverage. It's not, I don't think it's a matte foundation. I haven't even like read up on this foundation. That's how much I didn't care about it when I bought it. But I don't think it's advertised as a matte foundation, because it's infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. It's a weightless blur. It's just really nice. The coverage is nice. It really reminds me of their Ultimate Coverage foundation that used to be my favorite back in the day. I don't know if they still sell that or if they repackaged it, but this is really nice. I got it in a nice shade. This is in the shade Maple. It works for me. A really, really nice foundation. So, you know, if you didn't think, if this wasn't on your radar, like it was not on mine, you might want to give it a try. Okay, now to concealers. Let's talk about concealers. If you followed me here, you know I bought a lot of concealer this year. And mostly because I kept getting the wrong shade. And if you saw my concealer collection, you know I like concealers because I got a lot of them. Now, I tried some new ones. They were new to me anyway. I don't remember if they came out in 2020, but this year was the first time I tried them. And none of them knocked out my #1 favorite concealer, which is still the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. But there were some that I really, really enjoy. The Juvia's Place I definitely tried this year. Bought multiples because I was trying to find the right brightening shade. I finally did. This is a very thin concealer. The consistency is very thin, and but it spreads really beautifully, really well. So I like to, all of my concealers that I use under the eye or even on my face, I like to let them sit for a little bit before I blend them out to give me the highest coverage. And I definitely feel like I have to do it with this one because the formula is so thin, but it's nice. It's really nice. And then the Pat McGrath concealer. This couldn't be a favorite because I bought it in the wrong shade, and it was a shade that just absolutely didn't work for me. I finally did get it in the right shade. This is medium 17. It's for a brightening shade under my eye. And I haven't used it enough to be able to say if I love it or if it's a favorite, but I wanted to give it an honorable mention because I have been using it a bit since I finally got the right shade, and I do like it. So I'll have to use this a little bit more to be able to come back and tell you, oh yes, it's a favorite or not, but it's nice. And then another concealer that I really, really enjoyed that I tried this year is from Kevyn Aucoin, and it's the Skin Enhancer in the shade, I have it in the shade SX13. It's a pot concealer. And I haven't used a pot concealer. I have pot concealers, but I haven't used one in a very long time. But I don't know what made me decide to try this one this year, but I'm glad I did because it's really nice. A little, just the smallest amount goes a long way. I use it under my eyes. I used it today. I use it under my other concealers as more like a color corrector. The coverage is bananas, okay? So high. But again, the smallest amount, it blends out nicely. I use my finger to warm it up, blend it out under my eye, and underneath my other concealers, it doesn't cake up. So really glad I tried this year. Let's talk about the setting powder, the under eye setting powder that I have completely, totally fallen in love with. You've heard me talk about it before. It is from Pat McGrath, and it is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection under eye setting powder, and it specifically says under eye, and that's, I mean, aside from being from Pat McGrath, that's what made me decide to try it, and I'm so glad I did. I got it in dark, which is a little too dark for the brightening effect that I like under my eye, and I got it in medium, and I use this baby all the time. It's a very fragile powder. I'm always afraid I'm gonna break it. The one in dark did break. But this one is now cracked, so I'm concerned about it. But it's so lightweight, maybe a little too lightweight, because you lose so much of it. So much of it escapes into the ethos once you pat your brush in it. But it sets the under eye. It gives me a little brightening. It doesn't change the color of my concealer, and I freaking love it. I did want to mention an honorable mention here, and it's the translucent setting powder from Laura Mercier in the shade Honey. This was released this year in this color, but the translucent powder I am not a stranger to, but when she came out with the Honey, I definitely wanted to try it to set my under eye. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a deep peach color. It's not banana, it's not yellow, it's a deep peach. So very pretty. And I came to decide that it's a little too brightening for under my eye. I do like an under eye brightness, but not really bright. And this, it's a little too bright, which doesn't mean I'm never going to use it again, but it's such a beautiful powder. If you are tan, medium skin tone, I think this powder will work beautifully for you. And yeah, I'm not getting rid of it. I will use it here and there on occasion, I'm sure, but I did want to mention it. It's a beautiful powder. Eyeliners. Used a lot of colorful eyeliners this year. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On liner. Not new, but it's my favorite. I did buy it in different colors this year. And I'm telling you, the formula across every single one that I've purchased has been the same and consistent. So creamy, pigmented, last all day. Love these. Have always been my favorite, remain my favorite. The LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liners, and just the LA Girl liners, period, because prior to purchasing the Shockwave Neon Liners, I did have LA Girl liners from other liners in my collection, so I'm not new to LA Girl, but I did want to mention them. Honorable mention, Urban Decay is still my favorite. But these are really nice. They're hit or miss though. Some of them can be dry, and then others are more creamy. But they have good pigmentation, and once you get them on the waterline, I have a very watery waterline. Once I get them on there, they do last all day long. So I did want to mention them. I used them a lot this summer, and these are a nice, more affordable option. And then I also did try the dual-ended liner from Esom. I believe I bought this last year. I think I got this last year. I think I did. But I don't think I really started using it until this year. This is the shade Rosé Aubergine. One side is the aubergine side and the other side is rosé. You have seen it in tutorials, and this is really nice. It's creamy, it's pigmented, and it lasts a good long while. So I did want to mention this one. And then finally, I picked up my first eyeliner from Melt Cosmetics. This is in the shade Bloodshot, and it's kind of like a berry, maroon, brick red berry shade. And I really like this one. Again, nice and creamy, easy to apply, pigmented, and lasts a long time. So really good experience with eyeliners this year. And eyelashes, because they're sitting right here, House of Lashes in the style Juliet. I don't have them to show them to you because I'm wearing them. And I wear them in most of the tutorials and the videos. When I use lashes, I wear them most of the time. I really enjoy these. My favorites are the Kiss lashes in the style Boudoir, which I've talked about before, and a Little Black Dress. But I tried these this year, and a few from House of Lashes, but this one, Juliet, really stood out. I really like the ones that are shorter in the inside and then flare out. These don't do that. These are like flare all the way across, which was new and different for me, but I've decided that I like that. I really like them. They're a little dramatic, but I've also decided I like drama. Only when it comes to lashes. So wanted to mention these. Definitely a favorite this year. Blushes, I tried some cream blush, and the ones that really stood out, did I have any other cream blushes that I tried this year? I don't think so. Fenty Beauty, the Freestyle cream blushes, I bought 3 of them, and I brought one with me. This is wine. This is summertime wine. But of the 3 that I bought, 2 of the shades I really like. But I like the formula. I'm really not into cream makeup except for foundations. But these blushes really got me into cream blushes. They're very easy to apply. They're pigmented. You can build them up, right? So you can go in and build them up really strong or keep them really subtle. I use my finger. I use them over my powder. Doesn't pick up my powder or my foundation. Doesn't move my makeup around, and really enjoyed these. And then eyebrows. I never talk about eyebrows really because I don't really have any. I just use whatever. Last year I really enjoyed, actually this year too, I really enjoyed the pot gel pomade from, I think it is Maybelline, but I went and try this because everyone talked about it. YouTube made me buy this. This is one of those YouTube made me buy it items, and I'm so glad I did. This is from Benefit, the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I have it in the shade 4.5, and I really like it. It is just a pencil, but it's so super thin, and it's retractable, which I like. And then the other side has a spoolie, which I really like, and I really like it. Ever since I purchased it, I've been using, every time I do my brows, I've been using it. I'm probably gonna have to buy another one pretty soon, but yeah, I really like it. It's so thin that I'm able to draw actual like individual brush hairs. I'm trying to go for a little more natural eyebrow this year. I think this has really helped though. So really been loving this. Shocker, but really been loving that. Lip products. Bought a lot of lip products this year, especially during a year where I didn't really wear lipsticks because with the mask, I didn't see the need, but that didn't stop me from buying a lot of lip products. Bought a lot of lipsticks, bought a lot of lip glosses, bought a lot of Pat McGrath lip glosses. This is the Lust lip gloss. Bought a bunch of them. I didn't buy any of them at full price, okay? Everything was on a sale. Everybody had a sale, and that's when I picked them up. But I bought quite a few of them, and I really like them. They're really pretty. Half of the shades I have all look almost the same, like this pink. But they're nice. I mean, they're pretty. Some of them have like little glitter specks in them. You don't feel them on your lips at all. They're not sticky. They have nice shine. And they're just really nice. I like the applicator. I really like them. I also like, surprisingly, this is more of a surprise, the Opulust. I got these in the mini lip glosses. I got these in a mini set. And I know when I first swatched them, I said that they were more like a liquid lipstick than a gloss. But after using them, since then I've used them, and they're not. They're a gloss, and they're beautiful. Again, lots of glitter inside, but you don't feel any of it on the lips. No grit whatsoever, and just really beautiful. So these were a surprise. Really like them though. Juvia's Place came out with lip glosses, and these are an honorable mention. They're nice. It's a nice gloss. They're very pigmented. The doe foot is really huge. And you get a lot of product inside. And I think, is this the shade Sis? Sis was my favorite. I bought like 2 of these. Yeah, I bought 2. Sis was my favorite. It's just like an everyday pinky mauve, pinky nude type shade. Yeah, so honorable mention, really like it. Not sticky either. And then for lipsticks, this one lipstick has blown me away. It is also by Pat McGrath. I don't even, is it a lipstick? This is the vinyl. I bought two in this. And these, okay, first the packaging. Hello, gorgeous. These just came out of nowhere, like, and knocked my socks off. These lipsticks are, they're pigmented like a lipstick, they feel like a balm, and they shine like a gloss. And there's just nothing else on the market like it. Nothing else like it. Love these. These blew me away. My favorite lip product of 2020. I need Pat to come out with some more neutral, nudie type, just colors. I need all the colors, Pat. I need all the colors. Gorgeous. Probably one of my favorite, probably my favorite product of 2020. And then an honorable mention is from Juvia's Place. They came out with lipsticks this year also. And this one in particular, the shade Muted, it's like the perfect neutral nude lipstick for me. I really like it. I like to pair it with my MAC Chestnut lip liner, of course, and my MAC Styled in Sepia, and then I like to dab this in the middle and wear it under a gloss. It's just really nice. The packaging is pretty, and I like the shape, and it's just, I really love this color. So yeah, 2020 was a shit crap year, but found a lot of products that I liked. Let me know in the comments below, what were some of your beauty and makeup favorites that you tried in the year 2020. If you liked this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do makeup tutorials, hauls, swatches, and reviews here every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.